Hey, yo, new commander, let's go. Lilith has just released their two new commanders, Vercingetorix and Elizabeth. One is a leadership commander for the field. The other is a siege commander with engineering. Let's go. They just announced this on their social media platforms. And this is going to be the video that's going to go through all the skills. We're going to talk about it because holy geez, this guy already has a perfect fit. I'll tell you all about it right now. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadsky. I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms as a sponsored content creator all the time. Love doing videos, and these are the kind of videos I love to do when it comes to talking about new commanders in the game. Holy cow, they're coming fast and furious. We just got archers. Now we're going to talk about two new commanders with leadership and engineering that they've talked about. If you enjoy these videos, throw a thumbs up on here, give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button and join over 80,000 subscribers. Doesn't cost you a thing. And we're in the middle of our video giveaways for the month of May. Every single video, I give a $10 flux away. All you got to do to enter to win is comment down in the comment section of YouTube, and you're entered to win. And for the previous video, I got this from Sam, day one of Chadsky not mentioning Attila in a video. That is true. The last video that we did talked about the new Zenith City skin that has 20% archer defense. I did not talk about Attila in that video. And so our boy Sam, you get the $10 flux. Appreciate you, buddy. Hit me up on Discord and we'll get you taken care of. Well, Vercingetorix, we're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about Elizabeth. Let's talk about this boy for a second, and let's go through his skills. He's a leadership commander, and they teased this in the Vietnam meetup for Rise of Kingdoms. And when they did, they showed a cool circular AoE. We didn't know what that was because they teased it that he was a shielding commander. Okay, so let's go through this a little bit because this guy's a little bit different from Philip. He's more of a buffing commander and shielding commander. Okay, so let's go through it and talk about it. The active skill, Alicia Fortifications. Okay, takes 1,000 rage requirement, and this commander's troop gains a damage absorbing mighty shield. Now, this is a mighty shield for 5 seconds. The damage factor is 2,500. That's a big shield, okay? But that's right in line. That's not like a 3,000 or 3,500 damage factor. It's pretty good, but 2,500 damage factor. And then up to 4 nearby allied or friendly troops gain 30% attack for 5 seconds. And that's not great. Like 30% attack for 5 seconds, not necessarily great, but it can trigger other things maybe. You know, if you've got the echelon formation and stuff like that. But here's the kicker, and this is why I think this guy is really, really good. He might be one of those field kind of monsters, like you got to bring him, because 5 nearby enemy troops in a circular AoE loses 40% march speed for 3 seconds. March speed for your troops and mitigating march speed for the enemy is paramount in Rise of Kingdoms. That is really, really interesting. It's kind of like a reverse Mulan effect, where Mulan gives all of your troops a bunch of march speed. This guy mitigates march speed. He's going to slow you down when he does his active skill. Okay, let's go to his second skill that's more of a stat stick. He gets 30% health. Hey, yo. Health is king. And there's a troop type called infantry that loves health. Okay. And he gives 20% march speed. Good stat sticks, 50% of stats, especially when you have a health bonus of 30%. And then if this commander's troop is on the map, its basic attacks have a 20% chance to immediately reduce the target's rage by 50%. Only a 3-second cooldown. I like that. Now we're mitigating march speed and rage. Okay. I like that a lot. I've already got some ideas on who to pair this guy with. And whenever it causes the enemy troop to lose 100 rage, okay? Whenever it causes the enemy troop to lose 100 rage, this commander's troop deals 5% more direct damage, combo damage, or smite damage for 5 seconds. And this can stack 4 times? Hey, yo! Like you can run up your bonus to skill damage, combo damage, or smite damage up to 20%. We got to figure out how fast this will fire off when you're mitigating rage. I wonder if there's any other rage mitigation in here. Okay, let's go to his third skill. And his third skill, the Uniter of Tribes, he gains 10% unit capacity. Okay, more troops. Not necessarily great, but not necessarily bad at all. It's just more troops to the fight. If this commander's troop contains at least 2 different unit types, it deals 25% more damage. Hey, yo, we got to look into that. That's like the opposite of the Philip effect, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then if you contain just one troop type, you take 20% less damage and gain 10% rage gain speed. Wow. That's the opposite of Philip. Okay, we talk about Philip in the game all the time. Philip obviously came out well over a year ago. Oh, I'm on my other account here. Hold on one second. Let's just go through and go back to our main account. Hold on. Change my accounts that I've got on here, and let's go through that. But this guy's got in a situation to where he's going to be more tanky with the single troop type, and he's going to deal more damage with 2 troop types. Okay, well, our boy Philip over here is like the exact opposite, right? If you have 2 troop types, you gain 15% march speed and take 15% less damage. Like, it's more tanky. And then if you have 1 troop type, it deals 30% more. So this guy is like the opposite. Vercingetorix is the complete opposite. Okay, let's go into his 4th skill. If this commander troop is a field troop, okay, so you're not going to be able to use this guy in rallies or garrisons. Can't do that. When launching basic attacks, this commander's troop has a 10% chance to grant a mighty shield to nearby friendly or allied troops with the lowest health. That's an Alex effect. Alex grants a shield to the lowest HP bar, basically troop health. The lowest troop count march that you've got around, he'll grant a shield for them. Now, he does the same thing. Vercingetorix is going to do the same thing. This shield can absorb significant amounts of damage factor 800. The cooldown is 5 seconds. Okay, you got 3-second and 5-second cooldowns here on his skills, which is really pretty nice. Okay, and then whenever a shield granted by this commander is broken, their troops immediately gains 100 rage and deals 10% more normal damage for 5 seconds. Hey, yo, this effect can stack up to 4 times, and its duration resets whenever it gains another stack. So you're going to grant mighty shields off of the active skill, right? And that's for yourself. And then you're going to give mighty shields to other troops, other allied troops of a damage factor of 800, and that's an instant proc. And every time one of those shields gets broken, every time one of those shields runs out, you know, their troop immediately gains 100 rage and deals 10% more normal damage. Hey, yo, this can stack up to 4 times. That's crazy. We're going to have to figure out to see how that works. Are you going to grant shields to the lowest troop count commander or the lowest troop count march out there? Because odds are the lowest troop count march is going to be a low march and a murder ball. And if that's the case, then that march is going to be dead anyway. So you're not really going to stack that up on that march. But we're going to have to, you can definitely stack it up on your own march, and you get that buff for 5 seconds. Are there any synergies? Does any other commander grant a shield? We'll have to look and see. We'll have to figure that thing out. Okay, let's go into his expertise here, shall we? Expertise, Heart of Gaul. When this commander is serving as primary commander, shield effects granted by this commander gain a 10% bonus. When a shield gained from the Elysia fortifications is broken or disappears, up to 3 nearby enemy troops take direct damage. Okay, so he does some kickback damage of 300 factor every skill cycle. Every time you have a shield that is broken. Interesting. And that specifically talks about the active skill, okay? The Elysia fortification. So that's just a shield on yourself. That's not a shield on another march you're putting out there from his other skill. Now you're going to kick back up to 900 damage factor, but you're going to get some mitigation there with 15% each time. Okay, that's not a huge deal. And that's if he's a primary commander. But then as a secondary commander, when this commander is serving as a secondary commander, their troop gains 5% defense. Okay, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's like a feather of weight. Before the primary commander uses an active skill, the troop gains 40% bonus to damage dealt for a second. Hey, yo, are they timing that up with the active skill of the primary commander if Vercingetorix is secondary? If that's the case, let's go. Put him behind a big damage dealer and you do 40% bonus to damage dealt for 1 second. Oh my. You've got some crazy stuff this guy does, okay? Let's think about this. Now let's come back to the beginning because those are his skills. Let's talk about his talents, okay? Leadership, versatility, and he's a support commander. Hey, yo. So you can use this guy as primary. If you use him as a primary commander, okay, you go off of his third skill here at the top, he's going to do more damage if you contain 2 different troop types. And then if you have 1 troop type, you're going to take less damage of 20%. Let's think about this for a second, okay? Because you come down to his 4th skill, and anytime you grant a shield and that shield's broken, you're immediately going to gain 100 rage and deal 10% more normal damage. And you can stack this up to 4 times. Like you could stack the normal damage up to your own march. Okay, immediately we're thinking calves and combo and infantry and smite. We're looking, and anybody that's running calves right now is saying to themselves like, hey, we love having Arthur. And we've run Arthur with Philip. We've run Arthur with William. We like the instant proc. Arthur needs to be more tanky. Well, this dude makes him really tanky. Let's think about this all of a sudden. Let's pair him with Arthur. Get a shield. Do a buff. 30% attack. And then march speed. You want him firing off very fast, one of the first marches to fire off, and you're going to mitigate that march speed. And then you give him 30% health. Now, 20% march speed on Arthur is almost too fast. We've talked about that. But then you get a 20% chance. Okay, so you've got some combo-related stuff with the instant procs that Arthur does with combo. He's like a rapid-fire kind of commander with combo. So you can fire that off very, very fast. 20% chance to immediately reduce the target's rage by 50. Cooldown to 3 seconds. That thing will fire off all the time with Arthur. Holy. Let's go. Whenever it causes the enemy troop to lose 100 rage, this commander deals 5% more direct damage, combo damage, or smite damage. Awesome. Awesome. And then you come to his 3rd skill. We want Arthur to be more tanky. 20% less damage is fantastic. Wow. And you gain 10% more rage gain. Arthur loves all that. If this and then his 4th skill, if this commander's a field troop, you want to launching a basic attack. Okay, you have another instant proc. Arthur, let's go. You got a 10% chance to grant a mighty shield for the nearby friendly or allied troop with the lowest health, including this commander's troop for 3 seconds. So as you get low in health, you're going to fire up the shields on yourself and you're going to stack up all those different benefits from this 4th skill, because whenever a shield granted by this commander is broken, their troop immediately gains 100 rage and deals 10% more normal damage for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 4 times. You're not gonna, this guy's different. You're not gonna wanna put him behind archers. Just because you have a chance to get to do the 4th skill instant proc shield for yourself. And if you do it for yourself and you've got the Alicia fortification active skill firing off shields for yourself, you're just enhancing more normal damage and you're gaining more rage. This guy's kind of he's got a great rage engine here when it comes to this. Like Arthur's going to be great with this guy, I think. Okay. And then you go to the Heart of Gold. And then when you're serving as a secondary commander, you're just going to do big damage. Like, hello, Arthur's got a massive 3-target, 2,800 damage factor. Achilles, you can run him behind Achilles. Hey, yo, you can't run him with Gang Gang. Of course, now we go back to our one-trick pony thing where Gang Gang doesn't do any healing unless he's got a combo damage commander behind him. Now, I'm specifically talking about calves right now. And since our new boy Vercingetorix since he is enhancing normal damage, you don't want to put him with Huo. You don't want to go the skill damage route for cavalry. Okay. Arthur's like the easy choice. Now, I like this a lot. We're still missing a cavalry combo commander of next gen. So we're still waiting on that. But hey, yo, this guy's got instant procs, and Arthur excels at that. He excels at that. And then we got the same thing going on over here with infantry, right? Infantry, you got this cat right here, and he's like the OG combo commander. Of course, we know this. We love putting instant proc commanders with Luce because you fire off instant procs more often with his expertise. So immediately it comes to mind, is this Vercingetorix guy just an upgrade from Philip? Which I think, yeah, he is. And I like his kit a whole lot. Now, he doesn't give buffing for all damage and all damage taken to 5 enemy targets or 5 allied targets for your own marches buffing. But he does give the attack, but more importantly, the march speed is great. Mitigating enemy march speed is fantastic. So then you come through here and health for infantry, let's go. March speed for infantry, let's go. And then a 20% to immediately reduce the target's rage by 50. That's great. Whenever it causes the enemy to lose 100 rage, this commander's troop deals 5% more direct damage, combo damage, smite damage for 5 seconds. It can stack up to 4 times, and it resets with another stack. Interesting. This would be a great rally skill, by the way. Like a great rally skill. Let's go, wait a minute. Excuse me. The second skill being 20% more tanky. Okay, let's apply it to the infantry. 20% less damage, 20% more tanky, basically, and 10% rage gain speed if you got one troop type. You could use that in a rally. Yeah. Now, you can't do multiple troop types in a rally. Typically, that doesn't work. And then the Cornered Beast, the 4th skill, you have to be a field troop. Okay, so you can't use that in the rally, but I don't know. We'll test all that stuff. We'll test it all. But with Luce, very interesting how this thing works. And you've got other commanders that grant shields. Interesting. Who else grants a shield here? Now, we talk about this all the time, but doesn't this guy grant a shield? Grants some damages over your shield. Hey, yo, synergies with William Wallace. If your troop with Vercingetorix gets a shield and that shield is broken, then you start... This is the thing. You want to put up as many shields as possible with this guy. You want to put up as many shields as possible with this guy. Because every time a shield breaks, their troop immediately gains 100 rage and deals 10% more normal damage for 5 seconds, and it stacks. Oh, boy. Now, the beauty with William Wallace is that he gives shields to any one of your marches. Hey, yo, mighty shields, let's go. Anybody else give shielding? I don't think so. Like, losing my mind here trying to think, like, wait a minute. Am I losing something with the shield? Anybody else give shielding? Now, I know Gorgo gives shielding, but with one of the skills not working, is this... I don't know. I don't know if that necessarily works. We're going to have to try it out. Maybe there is some garrison application, but you're losing out on that 4th skill, so that doesn't really work. But overall, I mean, we're in kind of a cool situation with this guy because I can immediately see how this guy's going to compare with Arthur. Arthur needs it. He needs more tankiness. You can keep Gang and Achilles together. We're going to try all these things out. But I think Arthur, with his instant procs coming from his expertise, is just incredible. Amazing. So with that, where's his 3rd skill? Field troops, combo, deal more combo. You got all kinds of stuff going on here with Arthur. You kind of got some stuff going on with Hector. But if you run Vercingetorix with Hector, Hector's going to be a skill damage commander, so that's not necessarily great. You want to lay out more normal damage. And so I think you're going to see Arthur. I think you're going to see Luce. I think you're going to see maybe BQ. There's all kinds of ways to set this thing up. Interesting. I love it. This guy brings something different. He definitely brings something different to the fight. So there's kind of our breakthrough on Vercingetorix. I'm already thinking right now with Arthur. I'm already thinking with Luce. He's got these instant procs that fire off that either give more shields or mitigate rage. I love that. And you know what I love about this guy? He's a simple commander. It's just really a lot of simplicity. And in the age of Alp, Arslan, and Chen and all the craziness we have to read, this is actually great. Excuse me. All right, so let's talk about Elizabeth the First. Let's go. Engineering skill commander, not a smite, a ranged smite commander. Sovereign's Glory, rage requirement 1,000, deals direct damage to target troops of 1,500 and 2,700 if it's within melee range. Like she's a melee fighter, okay. The next time this commander troop uses an active skill, it deals 15% more damage for that skill. Oh. So you want to use her primary. Okay, I see what they're doing here. So you got to use her primary because you're going to deal 15% more for that skill. The next time this commander's troop uses an active skill, it deals 15% more damage for that skill. So anybody you put behind her, she's going to be able to enhance that. Interesting. Okay, so she's got to be a primary commander, right? This commander siege units gain 40% defense. Hey, yo. 20% march speed. Okay. If this commander's troop contains only siege, it deals 50% more ranged skill damage. Okay, that's great. When in range mode, whenever this commander's troop deals ranged direct damage, it gains a stack of glory. Hey, yo. Each stack of glory gains 5% rage gain, speed, and 5% attack for 5 seconds. You can stack up to 5 times. You can run the rage gain speed for her up to 25%. Like rapid fire, rage engine, siege commander. Okay. Whenever the skill Sovereign's Glory is used, this commander troop gains another stack of glory. Stacking up glory everywhere. She's got a rage engine. Rage engine siege commander. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you come into her, wait, is this her 4th skill? Secret Service? Whenever this commander's troop deals ranged direct damage, it has a 80% chance to trigger the following effects. Okay, great. Now we're going to get a complex commander here. If not within melee range of the target troop, you're going to deal range additional damage to the target for 2 seconds at a damage factor of 250 and 15 extra rage. Okay, super rage engine. And when you're not in melee range, you're going to deal more damage factor. That helps because if you're in melee range, she's going to do 2,700 damage factor. If not, she's only dealing 1,500 damage factor, which is not a lot at all. But you're adding now another 500 damage factor, so that's 2,000 damage factor at least. And this can be triggered up to 3 times per second. Hey, yo, I don't think she's a combo commander, so that must mean it's an AoE effect. Probably an AoE effect. Interesting. Interesting how this works. So with that, we got to figure that one out. We definitely got to figure that one out. So if within melee range, deals ranged additional damage to the target for 2 seconds. 500 damage factor. Oh my gosh. She's like a get bloody melee commander. Holy geez. This effect can be triggered up to 3 times per second. Holy gee. AoE? AoE instant procs? Like she's made to fight up close? Oh my gosh. Elizabeth getting bloody in melee range. What's the expertise say? Eternal Empire. Let tyrants fear. When in ranged mode, whenever this commander troops deals ranged direct damage, it gains this 1 stack. Okay, you got glory stacks going everywhere to do rage. Each stack of glory gains 7% rage gain, 7% attack. So it's an enhancement of the 3rd skill. Hey, yo. Whenever the skill Sovereign's Glory is used, the commander gains another stack of glory. Great. Whenever this commander troops has 1, 3, and 5 stacks of glory, oh my gosh, now we got a dice roll going on here. The amount of time required to switch between range and melee modes is reduced by 1, 2, and 3 seconds. Does that mean when you're switching the range to melee mode, Are we going to be able to like run around with her in Siege? I don't understand this. I need like Mr. Siege or somebody to help me figure this thing out. But it looks pretty cool. Holy jeez, we're going to have to test that out. There's your girl, Elizabeth. I'm not going to spend too much time on her. I am not the Siege expert, but it appears she's really good in melee mode. Like, within melee range, okay? We like that. Like Gajimata and Cordoba, our boy Gajimata and Gorgonzola Cordoba. They do damage in melee range. I like this. And switching from range to melee. There's all kinds of rage engine with her. So there you have it. We've got our two commanders here. We've got Vercingetorix. I think there's going to be a lot of application with him. I think Hector is going to kind of be the garrison commander that you put behind all the different garrisons. We know that. But you can use Hector in the field. This dude is buffing stuff. He's mitigating march speed. He's mitigating rage. Puts up shields. Super tanky if using one troop type. Does all kinds of different things. And hey, he's got rage engines going on with the shields when they get broken on their own march. Like a lot of different applications. And he stacks more normal damage up to 4 times. Like you can literally stack 40% more normal damage. Normal damage coming back into the game. Use this guy with Arch. Attila, hey yo. I don't think it's Attila, but you never know. Anyways, those are your commanders. Wanted to put this video out. Hope you guys have a good time with this. Get down in the comments and tell me what you think. Of course, my Discord is already blowing up when these commanders get released. So hopefully you got a little bit out of it. And if you put a comment down there, you automatically enter to win the last of the $10 Flux giveaway. So I want to get the conversation going on this guy. And with that, we hope you have a great day, broskies.